is this? Oh, hell no. No, this is not Braveheart with Mel Gibson or Apocalypse Now where Martin Sheen played a captain. And I think he was tasked with killing a renegade colonel. I don't really remember the details. Well, anyway, they were all good movies, by the way. But no, what you see right here is the United States Capitol building. Yeah, I said it. The Capitol building where our government exists, where the top security in the country is supposed to exist. Have you guys ever been in a courthouse and you see the security measures they undertake? Well, multiply that by 100. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Seriously. Yo, I lived through the election of the first black president. It's about time. The Las Vegas terrorist attacks? Damn. Black Lives Matter and COVID. But this presidency of Donald 45 Trump and the way it ended? Oh my gosh. What the hell? An insurrection on the Capitol building tops it all. Let me tell you something. Your kids are going to say there was COVID in 2020 and the people took the White House in 2021. Bet. What a great way to start the new year, right? The UK strain of COVID now here in the US and an insurrection on the Capitol building by a terroristic mob. Shocking? Well, not really, because most of us thinking and breathing beings, us thinking and breathing Americans, knew something like this was going to go down eventually. I mean, 4 years of stoking the racial flame in this country, xenophobia, party division, authoritarianism, mocking the handicapped. What about chumming it up with dictators? So yeah, now this. 45 has been a mess from the start. I mean, this country is founded on these ideals, but never in the past 20 years of this country's history has a politician been so brazen. 45 will forever be a stain on this country's history. Like I said, he was a mess on the start, but people saw past his behavior and tried to explain it away, and they said, oh, he's not a politician, he's new to this whole thing. But I mean, 4 years of this same foolishness? Are you kidding me? Well, you know what? Y'all supported Agent Orange or 45 when he spoke about Mexican being murderers and rapists. Y'all supported his ban on Muslims because they were quote-unquote terrorists. You know what? Average Americans are one thing, but you, the elected officials who let your political aspirations and party loyalty, party affiliation, Trump's behavior is something else. Like, seriously, history will forever remember you, and not in a good way. So these same politicians right now are trying to salvage what little career that they have left. Remember, you guys, silence is the same as complacency. Let me tell you this, 14 Republican senators objected the Electoral College's certification of the Biden win. And are you guys shocked why something like this took place? And also, even after the Capitol was stormed by domestic terrorists, insurrectionists, or some people are still calling these people patriots, even after that, and some of these politicians had to run without their shirt on, you know, that's an expression right there, some politicians still felt the need to continue to push for division. Let's start off with Ted Cruz. Can you believe that it took Donald Trump inciting a riot for Cruz to slightly change his tune? I guess now, you know, that he's saying what Trump did was wrong, he's trying to make us, he hopes that we forget the past 4 years. What Cruz needs to do right now is forget all political aspirations that he has. I think he probably just threw away whatever he had, whatever chance he had at getting in the head office. And I don't know if it's me, if I'm dreaming or making things up, but didn't 45 call his wife ugly? And didn't he also say that Cruz's father had something to do with the JFK assassination? So I really don't know. And then there's Josh Hawley. I think he's a representative of Missouri, if I'm not correct. Well, anyway, he explained the way his behavior as working on behalf of his constituents. And he said he felt like he was being attacked because he was supporting what they wanted and doing the job that he's being paid to do. Can you believe that this same man threw up a fist upon entering the Capitol building? He's another one who threw his political aspirations away. Now he's complaining that he lost a book deal with Simon & Schuster and that his First Amendment rights are being violated. Poor baby Joshy. He wrote, "This cannot be more Orwellian. Simon & Schuster is canceling my contract because I was representing my constituents, leading a debate on the Senate floor on voter integrity, which they have now decided to redefine as sedition. Let me be clear, this is not just a contract dispute. It's a direct assault on the First Amendment. Only approved speech can now be published. This is the left looking to cancel everyone they don't approve of. I will fight this cancel culture with everything I have. We'll see you in court." You know what, Joshy? Please understand that Simon & Schuster are a private company, and they're not obliged to offer you a book deal if they feel it will be detrimental to their business. Well, I guess we'll see what the Supreme Court says, because I know that 45 being banned from social media and now Josh Hawley being denied a book deal is not going to end here. Well, back to 45. 45 has been inciting violence and causing division since prior to his presidency. Remember the Central Park Five, denying Obama's citizenship, and other things. Don't get me wrong, y'all. All presidencies are riddled with controversy and scandal. Remember Clinton and Monica? I remember all late night hosts had a field day with that. But I mean, having a relationship with an intern versus paying off a prostitute is way different. And you know what? It doesn't end there. How about Trump's dismissing Russian interference in the 2016 election? How about appointing unqualified top administration roles to his family? And oh yeah, he tried to ban TikTok. How ironic. He also repeatedly refused to release his tax returns. Remember when he reportedly called Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas? What about when he fired the director of FBI for failing to demonstrate personal loyalty to him? And you know what? The list goes on. The list goes on. I think the most memorable point of his presidency would have to do with him giving credence to a bunch of conspiracy theories and now inciting a mob to go to the state capitol. The state capitol building. Now MAGA is trying to say that the protesters / domestic terrorists were actually Antifa posing as MAGA. What the hell is wrong with these people? I can't buy that somehow these protests were infiltrated on a wide scale by Antifa protesters. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, I'm sorry. However, I will be real with y'all. I remember earlier last year that there were reports that Black Lives Matter was infiltrated by police, posing as protesters, and they were actually doing looting to make Black Lives Matter look bad. So it's possible. But as I said, I can't believe that most or all of those rioters were Antifa. You can't convince me that. Because you know what? There are things like facial recognition software and evidence that these people had on their own social media accounts that they were supporters. Evidence that they had on their own social media accounts. So you know what? Make sure that you scrub your social media. That's my word of advice to these protesters. Scrub your social media, not days before, but maybe even weeks or months before you plan on participating in an act such as this. Let's see who the rioters were. Jake Angeli, or what did they call him? I think they called him QAnon Shaman. Excuse me if I mispronounced that. Or the Yellowstone Wolf. And there's Adam Christian, another rioter. What about Richard Barnett? Derek Evans is another rioter who happens to be a congressperson. So let me tell you this, there is no way after seeing what happened on the 6th of January, 2021, that there isn't some inherent racism in our system if you have congresspersons participating in acts to overthrow the government. There's no way. Well, anyhow, the FBI is currently looking for a bunch of other participants. The names keep coming, but they're not coming fast enough. But let me ask you something. What really was MAGA's grievance? That their votes were stolen? That the Democrats and Nancy Pelosi stole the votes? And that Donald J. Trump is the rightful president of 2024? Is it that he's the true spokesperson for middle American values? I really don't understand. This has been going on for a while and I still don't get what their grievance is. The truth of the matter is that if this had been Black Lives Matter attempting to storm the Capitol, they would have been shot on sight. However, hundreds of MAGA protesters, I keep saying protesters, but I really feel they're rioters, stormed the Capitol building of the United States. They damaged federal property and they assaulted police. A federal officer was killed in addition to four other people. I also heard today that another officer committed suicide while off duty. Social media and news is saying that the rioters, had a plan to kidnap Vice President Pence and Nancy Pelosi. I do know that some of them were armed with and had cocktails. Orange is to blame for all of this. You're not going to hear me say President, Commander-in-Chief, none of that. But this story of the insurrection on the Capitol building is just like other similar situations in history. The little man takes the fall for the big man. This always happens. After he riled up the crowd and even said he was going to walk with them, now all of that will be going down because of one of the laws that he passed. Remember, Donald Trump posted this tweet on Twitter? He said, anarchists, agitators, or protesters who vandalize or damage our federal courthouse in Portland or any federal buildings in any of our cities or states will be prosecuted under our recently reenacted Statutes and Monuments Act. Minimum 10 years in prison. Don't do it. At dhs.gov. Now, isn't that ironic? Like I said, social media can be a blessing and a curse. Well, so what's the lesson for today? I guess never trust someone who is a color, and if you want to make a difference, rescue a dog, not storm the White House. On a more serious note, today is January 10th. We're a week into the new year and a few days past this insurrection. A new administration will take control of the White House. If Trump is or isn't impeached, I think he might be. Well, whether he is or not, we don't have to move forward as two Americas because we are still one country. What are your thoughts on all this? Comment below, and until next time, keep it real, yo.